Jesus Christ has the hair of a black man, the hair of a black woman.
Right.
Why y'all are women steady perming their hair, putting weave in their hair, because they don't know that they got the same hair that God has, the same hair that Christ has.
Bring it on.
That's why you dye your hair blonde, because you don't know how great you are.
Gee.
That's why you do it. Yes, it is. Come on.
As white as snow. And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
Real quick, because I want to deal with you. What's your name?
Marissa. You call me Riri.
Riri, okay, Riri. What'd you learn while you was up there?
A lot.
A lot? Like what? Like,
Slavery back in the day.
okay.
The modest, is it modified modest?
Modesty? Okay, you learned about slavery, you learned about modesty. What about you, bro? What you learn? Chris, what you learn?
I learned that I'm an Israelite from Judah.
The Israelite from the tribe of Judah. That's what all this is about. Get Deuteronomy 10 and 12 real quick. Because why is this important? Why does this matter? What we're trying to show you is that we are the greatest people that ever walked the face of this earth.
Right.
The so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are God's chosen people. But we lost everything God gave us. God gave us a land. God gave us a language. God gave us culture. But what do we have now? BET, Section 8, gangs, BDs, GDs. What do we have now? Nothing. Right? Why did this happen to us? Because we broke God's laws. Our job is to restore life into our people. You understand?
Right.
Just read what you got.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10 and verse 12. And now Israel, what does the Lord thy God require of thee?
And now who?
And now Israel, what does the Lord thy God require of thee?
God, he's asking the children of Israel, what does God require of you? If I ask you, Riri, do God require something of everybody on this earth? Does he require all the nations to do his commandments?
Yeah.
Sure?
A little bit.
Amos 3 and 1. What about what you say, Chris? Does God require every nation to do his laws, his commandments?
I think that he expects.
Right now, I'll say right now at this point.
I think he wants Judah, American, black.
Okay.
He expects us.
What's the sister name right here? What's her name? Because what I asked them was, the God in this Bible, and Jesus Christ, his son, and the prophets, and everybody else, who were their words given to? Do you know? We don't know. Watch this. Get Deuteronomy 1 and 1 real quick.
Bring it up.
A common misconception that we've been taught is that God gave his words to everybody on earth because he wanted everybody to be in harmony, whole handed, kumbaya. But you don't read that in the scriptures. You don't read that. God only dealt with one nation of people. Who is that nation? I'm going to show you. Deuteronomy 1 and 1. Read.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 1 and verse 1.
Come on.
These be the words which Moses spake unto all
No,
Israel.
the whole planet.
All
No,
Israel.
the aliens in the outer space.
All Israel.
God says, because by the way, aliens aren't really outer space. That's a whole other thing. God said these words only for one nation of people. What does he call them? He calls them Israel. He doesn't call them African American. He doesn't call them Negro. He doesn't call them black. He doesn't call them Puerto Rican, the names that we call ourselves now. God didn't call us that. Because if I asked you what's your nationality, what would you say? African American? But is that in the Bible?
No.
No. But we know that everything started here. We know that Adam and Eve were the first made. Adam and Eve were our parents. That's where we come from. But where did African American come from? Those are bywords that were given to us in time.
Right.
And initially, what did God call us? Israel. But because of our sins, because of our disobedience, he took that name from us. And now we have these names that mean nothing. For example, you call yourself black. That means you're evil and without light. But they tell you what? White means pure, holy, godly. Making you what? Feel like you are the base. And that the so-called white man and white woman, they are who you should look up
Bring
to.
it up.
But these words weren't given to them. These words were given to us. It's the Bible. Get Amos 3 and 1. Read.
Book of Amos, chapter 3 and verse 1.
Come on.
Hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you, O children of Israel.
Who does God want to hear these words?
O children of
So
Israel.
who's the Bible for? The children of Israel.
Right.
We are the only people that this book is for. But because of that, read.
Against the whole family, which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying.
These are the same people that God called out of Egypt. Young man, what's your name? Josiah, you familiar with the story of Moses? Going to Pharaoh, what did Moses tell Pharaoh? Let my people go.
Bring it up.
He said let all the people go. Let everybody in Egypt go. Let the Egyptians go.
See.
No, he said let my people go. Who are those people? The Israelites. What did God say when he brought them out? Come on.
Say, you only have I known.
You are the only nation of people that I know. Not the Jebusites, not the Perizzites,
Bring
not
it
the
out.
Edomites, only the Israelites. Come on.
You only have I known of all the families of the earth.
Out of all the families of the earth. Come on.
Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquity.
Therefore, I will what?
Punish you for all your iniquity.
Come on, now you have to ask yourself, does slavery not seem like a punishment? Put on slave ships, did that happen to anybody else?
Bring it out.
No. Having to pick cotton day in and day out. Did that happen to anybody else?
See.
You know what they did to our people in Belgium if they didn't pick enough cotton? They chop your hands off.
Bring
They
it
chop
out.
your feet off. The Arab man and woman never had to deal with those problems. The Chinese man never dealt with those problems.
Bring it out.
Even bring it to today. Section 8 housing, who deals with that more than us?
White folks.
Nobody has that more than us. Nobody in the slums more than us.
Right.
Nobody fill the prison houses more than us.
Right.
All these things are punishments that God put on his people. For what? Why do y'all think God did that to us?
We ain't listening to him.
Because we're not listening to
It's
him.
our punishment.
That's our punishment. What do you mean by we're not listening to him? Because we in the Christian churches. We got Baptists. We like, what's your denomination?
I'm Baptist.
You Baptist? What's your denomination? Okay, that's a good answer. Because the reason I ask that is because our people think they're listening to God by being in the churches. Would you believe me if I told you the church is taking you further and further from God every Sunday?
Bring it out.
Because the truth according to the Bible is that church was never meant to be on Sunday to begin with.
Right.
Today is the Sabbath day. The Sabbath is Saturday.
Bring
And
it
God
out.
said that we would forget it. Like Josiah, what do you tend to do on Saturdays? What you like to do on Saturdays? Relax. You ever like to go play basketball? Go play a little football, go play to remember the Sabbath? What if I told you that God don't want us doing none of that on Saturdays? Would you believe me? But you never heard that before because the Christian church has failed you. Starting with your nationality. Starting with who this is. Because Josiah, who is this? You said that's Jesus. What you say, Chris? Chris say, nah, what you say?
Hell no.
No, why this not Jesus? Josiah, I'm gonna ask you, why do you think this is Jesus? Because that's what they told you? Does the Bible say that this is Jesus? Let's find out. Get Revelation 1.
That's him right there.
The whole reason we out here is to restore this to our people. Because before today, did you know you were an Israelite? No. You never heard it. You've been thinking you was black. Josiah, come closer real quick. I want to play a game with you. That image that you said is Jesus Christ. I want you to tell me if does that line up with the Bible, okay? Can you do that for me?
No.
How old are you? 12, 13? He said he can do it. See what you got.
Nah.
Well, what do you say?
No, it doesn't line up with the Bible.
How do we know?
Because they talking about a man with skin that's brown,
Okay.
and only black people have brown skin. Jesus was black.
Where do we read that in the Bible? I'm gonna read it right now. Read Revelation 1 and 1.
Book of Revelation, chapter 1 and verse 1. The revelation of Jesus Christ.
The what?
The revelation of Jesus Christ.
Because the lie is that no one ever seen Jesus. No one ever seen him. But how is that possible? He was hung on the cross and nobody seen him.
Bring it up.
How is he was chased out of cities but nobody seen him? How you have 12 disciples but nobody seen him? He walked on water but nobody seen him.
Right.
It doesn't make sense. We about to reveal to y'all today what Jesus Christ looks like. Watch this. Read verse 14. Come on.
Verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
If Jesus Christ had a head, that means he had shoulders, he had arms, he had a body. On that body he had a head, and his hair was like what?
White like wool.
The color was white. Now Josiah, is his hair white?
Just talk about that.
Is his hair white, Josiah? No. And it says like wool. What is woolly hair?
Bring it out.
Take your hood off. What you feel? That's wool.
Right.
Sheep-like hair.
That shit
What the
nappy
world
and
calls
easy.
nappy. What the world calls kiki. That's the same hair that our Lord and Savior has. Showing you what? That you got hair like Jesus Christ.
Right.
Stop thinking that this image is Jesus Christ. That's not Jesus.
Yes.
That's an imposter. That's a liar. That's a lie. They've been talking to you to make you feel like you was down here and he was up here. Because have you been in a fight before? You ever been in a fight? Was it with a black person or a white person? Black. You know why? Because psychologically you've been taught that black is evil.
Bring it
And
out.
that white is pure and righteous because that's what your Jesus looks like in your mind. I'm here to show you that it's the complete opposite.
Right.
When you see another black man, another black boy in your class, at your school, on your football team, you must see what? You must see Christ in them, Josiah.
Bring it out.
I'm showing y'all where to find it in the Bible because you knew that. But now you got where to read it in. Revelation chapter 1. Watch this, Josiah. I got some more. Read.
His head and his hairs were white like wool.
Jesus Christ had the hair of a black man, the hair of a black woman.
Right.
While y'all are women steady perming their hair, putting weave in their hair, Because they don't know that they got the same hair that God has. The same hair that Christ has.
Bring it on.
That's why you dye your hair blonde, because you don't know how great you are.
Gee.
That's why you do it. Yes, it is. Come on.
As white as snow. And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
Eyes were red. Come on.
And his feet like unto fine brass.
Jesus Christ had feet, and his feet was like unto fine brass. Now, what color is brass, Riri? Because I know you heard this already. Brass. It's brown. Josiah, what color is brass? It's brown. Brass is a brown. It's like the color of a penny. It's like the copper. It says his feet were that color. But watch this, Josiah, because I need you to listen. I need you to listen. Focus. Come on.
As if they burn in a furnace.
Josiah, if you burn anything in a furnace, what color is it going to turn? It's going to turn what? It's going to turn, like after the smoke dies down, what color is that item? It's going to be black.
Right.
It's going to be blue black. It's going to be as black as your jacket. So what color was Jesus Christ? He was a black man.
That's right.
Josiah, who is this? That's Caesar Borgia. You understand? That's a European man who was put as an image to confuse you in the future. When you see that image to the far right, that's more of a depiction of what your Lord looks like.
Right.
The man that's going to crack the sky and save the so-called blacks and Hispanics from oppression is going to look a lot like that.
Bring it
You
up.
understand? Did y'all understand that? That same black man that we just read about is going to redeem us from the curses of Deuteronomy 28. That same man is going to bring us out of the slums, out of the ghetto,
Right.
out of single-parent housing, out of Planned Parenthood. That man is going to save us from that.
Right.
What must we do first, Chris? What must we do? Because it don't do no good for us to know that Jesus Christ is black if we still remain in the same mistake that we're in. So what must we change? I know y'all know a lot. Sis, can I ask you a question? What is the importance of Jesus Christ being black?
He shows you about your heritage.
Get Matthew 1 and 21.
Get out.
Yeah, it tells you about your heritage.
So you be proud of
Okay.
yourself.
And if you take the
Builds our
heritage from a
self-esteem.
man and you take where they came from, you would never really know those work.
So you're saying we lost our heritage as a people?
Yeah,
Do you think that's in the Bible?
somewhere in there.
It says somewhere. Hold that. Get Jeremiah 17 and 4 real quick. Just to prove it. Because everything you said is 100% correct. What you don't realize is it's all Bible prophecy. God said this would happen to his people. They would lose the image of the Messiah and start to believe he's white. That's in the Bible.
What?
They will forget who they are. They will forget what God requires of them. All these things are scriptural. All these things are biblical. But we never knew. We never read it. If we just read it, if we came back to it, maybe some things will change. For example, watch this. Watch this. Read.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 17 and verse 4.
Come on.
And thou, even thyself, shall discontinue from thine heritage.
God says, thou even thyself, talking to Jeremiah. He said, you will what? Discontinue from the heritage that what?
That I gave thee.
That I gave thee. God gave us a specific heritage. It is not what you know today. It's not no damn May Day parade.
Bring it
It's
up.
not Juneteenth. That's not God's heritage.
Right.
July 4th is not God's heritage. Thanksgiving is not God's heritage. That's the celebration of the slaughtering of our damn people. Where the so-called black man and Native Americans were slaughtered, and they feast to make a mockery of you every year.
Right.
This time next week, they're going to be feasting. And half of y'all going to be feasting because you never known better. Halloween is not the heritage that God gave you. Do y'all know the heritage that God gave us? Give me the heritage. Sirach 11, I believe. I'm going to show you the heritage. God gave 1711. God gave us a specific heritage. Meaning a specific culture, a specific way we live. Just like you go to China, you know when you're in Chinatown. Even in America, you know the Chinese restaurants because what? They got a similar design, similar interior, right? You know when you're at an Italian restaurant because you go and you smell the garlic and you know the little design.
Bring it up.
You know when you're at a Arabian restaurant, Taj Mahal, because Marissa, don't go nowhere. You gotta hear this. I know you gotta go, but watch this. I want to see. You never heard this. God says every nation on this earth has a heritage, but his people lost theirs. That's why we cleave to everything that the nations do. Example A, Christmas. Is Christmas in the Bible? No. Why the hell do we celebrate it? Why do we get our kids gifts in the name of a fat white man named Santa Claus?
Bring it up.
Why do we do that? Because we don't have a heritage and we cleave to everything else. You understand what I'm saying? Read what you got.
The book of Sirach on Ecclesiasticus, chapter 17 and verse 11.
Come on.
Besides this, he gave them knowledge and the law of life for an heritage.
God gave us knowledge as an heritage. God gave us laws as a heritage. Meaning what? Rules and regulations and guidelines that his people and his people only would keep in this earth, in this planet. And they would show everybody else what it is. Why is that we're not keeping those things? Because we're not keeping those things. You know how I know? One of God's laws that he gave us for heritage was thou shalt not kill. And who do that more than black people?
Teach.
Nobody. You never heard of Asian on Asian crime.
Bring it
You never
up.
heard of Chinese on Chinese crime.
Bring it up.
Black on black crime ring bells at a young age. You already know about that. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Why is that everybody else know how to get married but us? We'll be with a woman 10, 12, 13 years and call it what? Common law marriage.
Bring it
The
up.
Chinese men, they know to get married because if you die, your wife and kids are not going to have nothing in your name because you didn't marry her.
Teach.
They do it. They know marriage is a political statement. Black people don't get that. The Negro don't understand that. They just trying to have a wham bam, thank you ma'am, and see you later. Now you a black woman, 3, 4, 5 kids, 3, 4, 5 different baby daddies. You confused and you lost. Now you can give yourself away. Now you work at the nightclub. Now you sell your body on the corner to make ends meet. God never ordained it to be that way. When we lost our heritage, we was left with this. We was left with the scum. All you know is rap music now. And whatever rap music tells you to do, that's what you do. All you know is TV. Whatever they did on TV, that's what you know to do. Whether it's Players Club, whether it's them Set It Off, whether it's them Banging in Little Rock, whether it's them, what's some more black movies, Friday After Next? That's what we know. Menace to society. We live in a time where now we brag about being menaces to society. Why would you want to be a danger to the people that live around you? Why would you want to be a danger to your environment? Well, they say stay dangerous. Stay dangerous, I keep it on me. I'm on what? Demon time. That's not our heritage. That's the so-called African American that was created right here in this land.
Bring it up.
The white man engineered you. Everything you think is because they taught you to think it. Meaning when you going off on your husband, when you're arguing, is this your husband? What is it, G? This your fiance. You ever find yourself disagreeing or arguing with him?
Yeah.
At times, right? You know who planted that in you? The so-called white man.
Bring it
In
up.
his television, in his music, in his radio, in his media. Ever since the 1950s and 60s, they started something called the feminist movement. When they empowered the white woman to be equal to the man. And guess who cleaved to it? Black women. Chris, what is that going to do for our people? Nothing. It hurts us. It destroys us. What I'm trying to give you back, what am I trying to give you, Chris? Your heritage, bro.
Bring it
That's
up.
what this is all about because, Chris, the way you living right now is the opposite of your heritage. You understand that? What's your last name? King? Now, if the last name King, now, yeah, we are kings, but King is a title. King is not a name. How did you receive that name? Colonization. What's y'all's last name? Watson. What's your last name? Watson as well? Huh? Roper. These are names that you never read in the Bible.
Right, bring it
These
up.
are names that was given to us from the French, the Dutch, the English, the British. It wasn't your people.
Right.
Yeah, these are not African names. We don't know where we come from. We don't know do y'all know what our name is?
My name is in the Bible.
What, I'm talking about your last name. Do y'all know what our name is according to the Bible? What is our name? Genesis 32:28.
You know?
Genesis 32:28 because Johnson is not it. Jones is not it. Smith is not it. Williams is not it. Tucker is not it. I'm gonna show you. Terry, Tolbert,
Wilson.
Tolifer, Wilson.
Tatum.
All these names are just names that we have. And guess what you go to though? The Johnson family reunion.
Bring it out.
Ain't your damn family reunion. We are the Israelites. I'll
Right.
tell you what God calls us. Come on.
The book of Genesis, chapter 32 and verse 28.
This is our name.
And he said, thy name shall be called no more Jacob.
After this day, you should never call yourself Tucker again. Jones again. God said that's not your name no more. Come on.
But Israel.
But what?
But Israel.
But Israel meaning what? We are the Israelites. That is our name. That is the stock of which we come from. And that is the only nation of people that God is dealing with.
What is a nation? Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you.
And finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord